Good evening, good evening. Once again, it's your friend, your family, True Streets. From True Streets, I could have been a pastor. I am the Hood Guru. How's everybody out there this evening? Hope everybody is good, everybody is blessed, everybody's enjoying life. Well, the day topic is, who am I? I mean, the reason I have this topic tonight because it brings on frustration, confusion, mental problems, thoughts, and all kind of stuff. When I get to thinking, who am I? I mean, I know my government name, it's William, and I know my parents' name. I know mom, dad, Lincoln, and Barbara. I know they say, my mom's side say they Williamstown from Williamstown, south certain parts of South Carolina. I know my dad's side of the family was Philly, then Greenville, certain parts of South Carolina. All right. Now, on my mom's side, as my grandma explained it, there's Indian. And on my dad's side, as it was explained to me, there's Indian. Thus the funny looking eyes and everything. Okay. But also on my mom's side, there's black. So, okay, all right. Now, all my life, I did everything that everybody did in my surrounding. I sold drugs when I was in the hood. I was the player. I did extortion. I did quite a few things in my years. And a lot of them I'm not proud of. A lot of them, hey, it made me who I am today. I'd have been in prison, I done ran down on people, took their food while I was in jail, and I was that type of person you called me to whatever, I was always down. I had my own couple of disputes, over the years. I'm not no killer, but don't push me, but so as I was starting to say, all my life I felt like I never fit in. I mean, mind you, I am a child of 5, 1 out of 5, only male. All my rest of siblings are girls, 3 before me, 1 behind me. And it's just like I didn't fit in. And of course you're not going to fit in when you want to do guy things and you're in a house full of women. But that's not what I'm talking about. It's like all my life it seems like I've been running away from things, trying to find where I belong. And the closest I ever felt like I belong is with my father's people. And it's a whole bunch of funny-eyed people on that side of the family. Gray, blue, green, hazel, brown. Some of them was so light that they look white. Some of my family members on that side of the family, some of them, but they were 100% Indian and everything. Okay, so but like I said, so I've been searching, and the place I feel the most comfortable, believe it or not, is being out in the woods. And I mean, I am, I'm a high school, got kicked out, so I'm not a high school dropout, I got kicked out. Then I got kicked out of night school, so I never quit school. Then you say, been Job Corps, been to chef school. I've done music, I've bounced, I've done construction, I've cooked, and it's like nothing truly satisfies me. It's like I like doing these things, but this is not what I want to do. Who am I? What is driving me to want to do the things that I can't find I can't find it yet. Haven't found it yet, should I say. I'm not going to say can't because I'm still here and I'm still searching. But like I said, the place I feel the most comfortable is out in the woods. I mean, when I go out in the woods, it's like it's a different me. I'm not the same like I am when I'm in the hood or I'm on my job or talking to people in suits or whatever. But when I get out there in nature, it's like nothing is nobody else out there. So can't nothing tell you you're gonna fail at this feat, or can't nothing tell you that you can't do this, you can't do that. You're just out there, and it's just like the air is different, the sounds is different, the feeling different, your heart beats different. You don't know what could come out the tree in front of you or what's behind you, but yet you persist and you keep going deeper into the woods. I mean, like me, I don't, a lot of time, I've never had a map when I went in the woods. You always find your way in and you find your way out. And that's how I pretty much had my sons with me. I mean, in South, like I live here in North Carolina now, but in South Carolina, I was the plug, so I didn't have a 9 to 5 job besides when my kids was home. That was my job, and to me and them, it was like an everyday safari because every day we was out in the woods. We would go, 20 miles away, go up in the woods, go find a spot to go fish, We'll find a place, find something to do out there, and it's easy to find shit to do out there compared to you could be in the home, you got TV, you got your game, you got whatever, comfortable bed, couch, chair, refrigerator, food on tap, water, drinks on tap. But when you go out there in the woods, if you make the wrong mistake, you can literally die out there in the woods. So many people know. You can get lost out there in the woods. And it's like, when I get out there, it's like I already know what to do to the most extent of it. I can build a fire without having a lighter or stuff. I can make bow and arrows. Nobody showed me how to make those. Or I can make knives. Nobody showed me how to make knives. And I'm talking about I can make knives. So it's like my hands, when it come down to doing stuff that I can know that can save me and my family tomorrow, I'm good at. And I do wood carvings. I in other words, basically what I'm saying is shit that I'm doing is not stuff you learn in the hood. And when it comes down to the guns, I can shoot real good. When it comes down to bow and arrows, when it comes down to slingshots, when it comes down to taking and making fishing poles or making different shit that attract the fish to me, or it's like I don't know where I got all this knowledge at, or have I seen or watched that much different things happen on different TV channels or stuff like that right there that I was in tune with it, and self, my unconscious thoughts, gathered all this information for me. And more or less, I believe that it's in you. And I'm like, I don't know if anybody else feels this way, or it's just my little simple thoughts or whatever, or my complex thoughts, but the more I search like this, it's not me. When I fully dress in clothes, I'm not comfortable. When I put on shoes even, I'm not comfortable. And I'm like, but when I take my shoes off and walk outside and the cool grass is underneath my feet, I feel better. When I'm out there outside and I take off my shirt and I go through the woods or do whatever, I feel like this is what I do. This is where I belong at. Like I tell my friends and I tell my family and my kids even, I say, I'm going back to the woods. Every time I kid with people a lot. I say, if anything break out, I'm going to the woods. And the funny thing about it, yet I didn't acquire these skills by somebody teaching me, but I've acquired so many skills That majority of my friends, and I'm talking about these some thugs, these some jokers that'll shoot it out, fight it out, car race, motorcycle, whatever, rob, all these type of people. So that if anything ever broke out, they're gonna find me and they're going with me. That says a lot about these little skills. But I'm saying, how many more people out there feel that way when they go out into nature? That's where they belong at. You know, and it's so much stuff that they aren't telling us. You know, even down to the water thing. You know, all right, for instance, okay, and this was on my mind lately too. All right, water. Water is 75, 80. I'm not exact on these quotes. I guarantee ain't nobody is. But anyway, water is 75 to 85% of land mass. I mean, no, on the land, on the earth, right? Okay. Water's in the air. Okay. Water's in every living thing from grass, flowers, trees, bugs, everything, whether they take it from a water intake or they take it from another type of liquid, nectar intake, it still has a certain quantity and level of water in it. So basically everything lives, has water. When it doesn't have water, it's dry as the land. Okay. The body, human body, has certain levels of water in it. Animals have body mass, have certain water levels of water in it, even if they're not water dwelling animals. Like we're not water dwelling animals, but everything is connected to water. Like even the movie Dune and them, searching for water. All these other different scenarios, even down to where they're going up in space now, searching for planets, excuse me, that have water. Because if there's water, you could make an atmosphere. You know, you can, from the water to the molecules, you know, like I said. Then another fact, water is the only substance that's in all three forms, you know, gas, solid, and liquid. You know, so, and then everybody's crying about food, but it's never really bad until there's no water or the water's messed up. Because even though you ain't got no food, if you got a good water supply, you might survive until you can get some food because people have fasted 40 days. So, in that aspect, it ain't the land, it's the water that's life. You know what I'm saying? It ain't this, it's the water that's life. And then, as scientists and a lot of people who know who ain't stupid or who aren't, how you say, dumbfounded to the fact, they've come to realize that water is not just a plain flowing substance. There's a reason why it flows. It's a reason why it takes on the forms the way it does. It's because water is alive. So you like, okay. So now if they then came to the conclusion that water is alive, it makes sense that the only reason everything else on this planet is alive is because the water exists. Without the water, it would be a desolate, dry rock floating through space like the rest of the rocks are. Okay, so now this rock, this earth is so special. So now you say, our ancestors found this rock for that purpose. They knew how special this was. You know, our creator, he made all this in a special sense and put all of us on it to take part of it. But if y'all can't tell, it ain't when they destroy trees stuff happen. It ain't when they destroy mountains and level out stuff and create craters and take the gold out of it and silver and the iron ore and all this other stuff. It's only when more and more water gets fucked up. More and more pollution, trash, oil, filth, everything in the water. Everything else messes up. So then you got to think, okay, The reason I say you got to think of the fact that when it comes down to water, if it's alive, don't we get sick? So if we get sick and water's in us, the water that's in us got to be sick. So if we as people can get sick and water's in us, wouldn't you think so can the land? Because if everything on the land grows from water, then when the water gets sucked up into the clouds and come back down, like I said, I don't know, just could this be my, thinking? Or do a lot of the people think like this? Or does it make sense? Or is there any records of what I'm thinking? And a lot of these days I'm finding out that a lot of stuff that we thought we was crazy about made sense. But we was told we were crazy because somebody else know the true meaning. And then they say, now, if you're doing meditation and you're praying and you're looking inside yourself for answers and questions, you're looking for the spirit for answers and questions, to start to answer them for you. It may not be the answer you want, may not be the way you want it, but it does start answering things for you. So that's part of my walk, asking questions. So when I ask myself these questions, I'm not asking like my flesh these questions. I'm asking what dwells within my flesh. I'm asking the person who I was before I became this flesh. So trying to get in tune with that being and not this fleshful act that's walking around here in the bag, this, shell or husk. So I'm asking the energy. And this is what the energy is telling me. Like I said, it could be just my thoughts. But like I said, in my book, Waters of Essence, and then cutting back to thinking about what other people say. Okay. Everybody who don't know me, well, I'm a big fan of Bruce Lee. Always was, will always be, no matter what nobody else say. And do anybody remember his famous quote? Be water, my friend. Be like water. Water can be hard and crush. Water can also flow. So when you're looking at it, okay, if you don't have the right quantity of water in you, you go down. If you have too much water in you, you go around. If you have bad water in you, you go down. So when it says be like water, flow like water, crush like water, walk like water, flow like water, nothing stops water but what? If when force gets behind water, there's nothing that can stop it. There's no mountain, there's no building. Only when it stops rippling will it stop. When the water, whether it's the wind pushing the water, whether it's a vibration, whether it's a seismic, movements underneath the land, whatever, whether it's the plate shifting. But until that water feels like it want to succeed, it don't. It do what it want. So if you be like water, it's like man did the water and tried to do the water, but it's practice on us first. And I guarantee none of y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay. Anybody ever heard of a man-made pond, man-made lake, man-made reservoirs, or anybody ever heard of a dam? How do you say electric dam for electric service, so you can get your electric power dam or whatever? Anybody ever heard of any of those? Okay, now those is to manipulate the flow of water. All those, whether it's a pond, whether it's made to a lake, whether it's naturally formed. Okay, following. Now, with man. There was dwellings built, there was bars put on, doors in and out. You get sentenced, you go in. When your sentence is done, you usually come out. Jail. Okay. Now, if water naturally flows and it runs a natural course, it makes veins in the earth, crevices, just like your body has veins all through it. Follow me. So now, every time a man manipulates the water, technically, isn't he locking that water up? Isn't he stopping the, how you say, the will of the water? Isn't he discouraging the water to flow, to make the water still? And anybody knows the science behind it. Still water over time becomes stagnant water. Stagnant water means it becomes dead water. Okay? Now, naturally, most springs and stuff and lakes and creeks and rivers were of fresh water. And the sand and the rocks filtered the water. Thus, our ancestors drank the water. But today, we have chlorine, bleach, and all kind of stuff in the water before we can consume it. And even though they say that it's bottled water, when you do the test on the bottled water, it's usually worse than the tap water. Okay, so now, when our ancestors drank the water and lived so healthy in old age and on the land, they was drinking live water. Okay? Then, whatever they consumed in the water that was bad for them, the natural herbs and plants of the land, which had the filtered through the ground purest of the water, growed into the trees and the plants and stuff that we eat. So then you ate the plants and stuff, and it killed all the bad stuff inside you. Thus you lived on. Okay? But now, all these chemicals and imbalances that we have put into an equation that we drink and we consume, we're not consuming live water. Thus, we're just consuming liquid. And when you think about it, what is the key? Remember, everything that they tell you always has a little bit of truth in it. Sometimes it get leaked out, sometimes it get straight spilled. You know, some they just tell you blandly. But remember, everything has a purest form. Even we have a purer form than what we are right now. So therefore, if everything has a pure form, there's a pure form of water than what we're drinking. That's why you hear the commercials about the falls water or the springs water that comes deep from within the earth. Not the stuff that's messed with. Because that's live water that they're getting. And see, that's why the rich people drink the live water and fixing this other shit for us. Then you wonder how come their essence and everything around them is at a higher quality. Because they're radiating at a higher level because they're getting the pure essence that we are, and they're blocking us from this. They started blocking us through bondage. They discontinued the fact that, how you say, they disconnected all of us from reality, from the true reality. Think about it. All the races out here has a different particular reason why the water. You know, like the Indians talk about the water, the Asians talk about the water, the other Indians talk about the water, the natives talk about the water. Every culture talks about the water. But these preppy ones, the ones that tell you good morning all the time. And on that aspect, I'll go there. But right now, it's like, okay. They took all the best ingredients and gave us the scraps. That's what made slaves strong. Because our people know how, and like you said, remember, all this had to be taught. It didn't just, everybody thinking you just become a farmer, you just know how to cut pigs and stuff like that right there. You know how to bring the best essence out the flowers. You know how to, be a green thumb. No, that's in you. It was, sure, people say it was taught, but if it's in you, it's not hard to learn. That's why they had to go all around these different places conquering shit, because everything that came easy to us was hard for them. And if you think about it, that's a bacteria. You know what I'm saying? We were in captive by a bacteria. Perfect example. Venom. Perfect example, venom. An entity taking over your body and wants to do its will and while you trying to do yours. And it's a constant fight. Like they say, that's a space parasite. The movie Thing, years ago. Body snatchers. All those different type of things, meaning that something took over the host's body and controlled the host's mind. Basically, that's all we've been living since before I was living, and so forth. These entities have come in and taken over our minds. And so now it's time to wake up. We've had our slumber. It's time to wake up so we can vanquish this plaque, like the plaque on your teeth. It's time to get up and wash up. It's time to get up, take these natural herbs and essences for the body. It's time to leave all this chemical alone, like they've been saying on these TikToks and stuff. Yes, I do think that they out to get black people. I think they out to crush the creators, the black creators, because I'm on there and I can tell, I see some stuff on there that you like, huh? Got 1 billion likes, billion, whatever. So that part is what it is. But maybe we need to make our own TikTok. Maybe we need to make our own Facebook. Maybe we need to bring Black Planet and all this other type of stuff right here. I'm just saying. If they not letting us thrive on their platform, maybe we need to make our own platform. So, anybody and everybody who's out to make their own platform, holler at me, so let's all get together, put this thing together, and start our own platform. Period. Only starts with a website. These days, they're giving those away free. I'm just saying. Follow me and see if you think. Once again, this is True Streets. I'm True Streets. From True Streets, I could have been a pastor. I am the hood guru. These are my thoughts. These are my opinions. I don't push my thoughts and opinions on nobody. But I'm pretty sure some people out there who think like I do. And but yeah, so like I said, these platforms is everything is put this way. It's like they had us in captivity. And I'm not meaning I was a slave captivity, but my mind was enslaved. My body was in captivity. Every day I feel freer, the more shit that keep trying to come up against me. But that's when I know I'm going to prosper the most. So anybody out there, for the ones who the ones who tuned in this evening. You know, hit them comments up. You know what I'm saying? Subscribes up. Let me know how y'all feel. You know, because I want to hear y'all comments. I would truly like to know how many people think like I do. But yeah, getting back to the part when I say I'll touch on a couple other things before I get out of here. When you get down in the water, as Bruce said, be water, my friend. Keep smiling, keep looking up. Don't let your energies drop because they out there to steal your energies. Vampires all around you, whether they got the teeth or what. They got the hands, they'll suck your aura out of you. Next thing you know, you looking like a scallop, feeling bad all the time, and they feeling gravy off your energy. So don't let them take what they can't. Put a force field around yourself. Lift up your higher power, lift up your energy, you know what I'm saying? Don't give up. Don't give up the fight because the revolution is coming. Got wars. Straight war again. Pulling the United States again. You know the fucked up part about it though? Every time we get into the war, none of us started it. All our soldiers get killed. All our brothers, nieces, nephews, cousins, moms, dads, aunts, uncles get passed away, running down there shooting guns and stuff like that every day when they should be home loving their family. I wonder if every person of color, I mean from Asian, Indian, Spanish, Mexican, black, whatever, all left all the militaries and said fuck them. Form my own military. What you think they'll do about that? Since they won't give us 40 acres in the mule, no reprimands, you know what I'm saying, as far as no funds for the shit they put our greats and all them through. Stole this land from us. Yes, I can talk. They stole a lot. They still stealing. Every day I look at my paycheck. They stealing. And see, somebody made a statement that the Father gave everybody equal power. That may be true, but anybody ever see the movie Man in the Iron Mask? Was the rightful king, but they captured him, put him inside a cell, and his brother ruled. Remember, every time they putting us inside these iron masks, we still living. They didn't kill us. And you remember the old saying, what don't kill you, make you stronger. So, stand together, everybody. And I'm not saying stand together in violence, although that's the only thing that people understand these days. And then you say, nigger. The word nigger, it don't even amount to us. Remember, it's a label. And just like on a soda bottle or a bag of chips, or you can tear a label off. And when you tear these labels off, what they gonna do then? It's gonna be a whole bunch of bottles. You see, it don't take much to make an uprising. It just takes for a person to stand up and to commit and have people commit with them. It don't take much to change a ruling when there's enough people signing against the ruling. See, that shit that happened on January 6th, the reason it didn't happen, it wasn't masterminded correctly and it was stupidly done. But see, remember, best way to fight an argument is not fight an argument, but still be assertive. And if you don't know what I mean, you can walk away from an argument and get hit in the back. But if it wasn't an argument, or you finish the argument, then when you turn around and walk away, you ain't got nothing to look over your shoulder for. You ain't got nobody trying to throw all the people in jail. Or the ones who do get thrown in jail will be rightfully let go. See, they writ rules for us to follow. But remember, rules have rules. Rules have a beginning and they have an end. Rules have an author and a reader and a follower. So if we go by the olden rules, how they say the olden books, the old books oversee the newer books. So if we stand together like that, it's a whole lot we can achieve. I don't know if my words will touch many or reach many. I don't know how far the platforms will let me go. But all I know is that I'm here to speak the truth and what I know. I'm not here to give anybody no hogwash, as they say, or bullshit. Once again, my name is True Streets. I am the Hood Guru. I could have been a pastor, but as y'all see, I'm far from a pastor. And like I said, I tell the truth too much. Although I lie a lot. Ain't that something? Every day. And I shouldn't. But every day, people of color have 100 lies they done told to somebody else or to themselves. Just being of color. And if anybody in color is listening to this, they know exactly what I mean. So once again, this is True Streets from True Streets. I could have been a pastor. I am the Hood Guru. Hit them likes and subscribes up. Let me know what y'all thinking. Hit them comments up. I truly value your comments. You know, but I'm about to get up out of here. I hope everybody once again has a blessed and praised up evening. I pray for all of you. I pray for myself as I ask for the same. So once again, y'all keep smiling. Don't let nothing down here in this rock take the smiles away from you. Because once again, remember, your father upstairs gave it to you. And there's a debate going on about that too. Was he a she? Was he a he? Like Eddie Griffin said, doesn't matter who gave you the message. Did you get the message? So, yeah. For the ones who know me, and for the ones who don't, when I look my head to the right, wait a minute. This song, right, was made 17, 18 years ago. And we like the song. I like the song. It's older style now compared to new music. But anyway, when I made the song, right, it was a couple of people getting killed in the area that I knew, you know, so I made the song because the lifestyle that we was living or whatever. But anyway, so this particular song is called "You Live by the Sword, You Die by the Sword." As soon as I went to end this, it came back on because it's just playing on loop right now. And so the part came when you live by the sword, you die by the sword. I'm gonna give that another episode altogether, but it just made me laugh because it brought back memories. But anyway, once again, when I look my head to the right, y'all already know what time it is. Y'all have a blessed night. I'm out of here.